Hi everyone, Kathy here from Easy Cookin', and tonight we're doing Italian stuffed shells for dinner. And the ingredients, I'll tell you what they are, so grab a pen and paper. We've got jumbo shells, which are these. You can get them right in your pasta section, jumbo shells. We've got half a pound each of ground sausage. I picked an sweet Italian sausage. And then a half a pound of ground beef. And I spend the extra to get the extra lean ground beef. Use 8 ounces of cream cheese. A teaspoon each of Italian seasoning and garlic powder. Marinara sauce. And I got a big jar. Oh gosh, it's a 25-ounce jar is what I bought. The recipe calls for 1.5 cups. And then half a cup of shredded mozzarella cheese. And I bought fresh mozzarella. It came in a ball about this size, if you can see my hands. And I shredded it in our little processor here. Kind of gummed up the top a bit, but that's okay. It's just being sprinkled on the top right before we pop it in the oven. So that's fine. What I did here is I took some of the marinara and I put it in the bottom of it's about an 11-inch or so baking dish. I have cooked off my sausage and ground beef together. I took it off of the burner because I have my shells boiling over here, and they're almost done. When they're done, I'll take them off and drain them and rinse them in cold water so they stop cooking. And then I'll put the burger back on, the burger and the sausage back on the burner, and finish the rest of our mix. And then we'll get started stuffing our shells. So I'm going to put you on pause for just a moment while I finish these cooking, and we'll be back in just a second. Okay, so we're back, and I have taken my shells off of the stove. I have drained them, and I refilled the pot with some cold water just to stop them from cooking anymore. You don't want to cook them for too long, otherwise the shells will split on you. So I put this pan back on the heat, and what we're going to do now is we're going to spoon in our cream cheese, again 8 ounces of cream cheese, into the sausage and ground beef mixture. And this is going to melt in, and once it starts melting in, we're going to add our spices. So there's our cream cheese. Tasty. I'm going to turn this down to about 4 and tell it to melt. So I put you on pause for a second while this melts in. Once it starts melting in, we'll bring you back and we'll start adding in our herbs. Alright, so we're back. As you can see, this is melting into our sausage and ground beef mixture. And now we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of each of the garlic powder. Just sprinkle it in there all around. And then 1 teaspoon, and what I bought was this McCormick Perfect Pinch Italian seasoning. That's what we had in our supermarket, so that's what I bought. So in goes that. Smells fantastic. And of course, anything with garlic's got to be good, right? So stir that in. And then we're going to add about a cup or so of the same marinara sauce that we put in the bottom of our baking dish. So just kind of add some of that in there. The rest is going to be put on the top of the pasta once it's in stuffed and in the baking dish. You see this is mixing together beautifully. So I'm going to turn the heat off now. Take it off the heat. Because you see we're all melted together, looking good. And then we're going to bring it over to our other counter. And we're going to start stuffing some shells. Okay, so if you see, you've got your shells here, and they're not too floppy, which is good. They're nice. They're going to hold what we put in them. So we are going to carefully spoon in some of this. You don't want to burn yourself. So just a little bit in each shell. You're going to line your baking dish. Grab another one. This is why it's important not to overcook these shells, because otherwise, like I said, they split and crack and are no good to hold anything. It's not the neatest dish to make. Obviously, you're going to have stuff all over your fingers. But it's going to be delicious. So I've got a few of these to do. So we'll be back once I've filled all the shells and have my dish all lined. We'll be right back. Okay, so we're back, and as you can see, I've got our tray, our baking dish all lined with the stuffed shells. I did end up with a few extra shells left over, but I ran out of the stuffing for them, so you might have a few shells you could save, maybe have them with some extra marinara sauce or something one day. But and then all we're going to do is we're going to pour the rest of our sauce over the top. Kind of evenly across. Get every last drop we can out of there. I'm going to grab another spoon and try and spread that around a bit. Coating all of our beautiful shells. And really, you know, if you can fry stuff on a fry pan, you can make this meal. It's very easy. It gets a little slimy when you're stuffing the shells, I won't lie. You're going to be a mess when you're done, but certainly smells delicious. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to take off our grated mozzarella, fresh mozzarella, and we're just going to sprinkle it around on the top. And what I didn't mention was while I was stuffing the noodles, my husband preheated our oven. You want to preheat your oven to 375. And you're only going to bake this, once we have it all covered with our fresh mozzarella, 10 to 15 minutes. That's it. You just want to bake it until your cheese is melted. And fresh mozzarella is the way to go if you can. Don't buy the shreds, because I heard when they process them, they put in a type of paper pulp. So if you can, buy fresh. So here we go. We've got our cheese scattered around the top. And as soon as my oven beeps, we'll be putting it in for the 10 to 15 minutes. We'll probably leave it in for 15. And then we'll bring it out and serve it up and let you see what it looks like. So we'll be back. 15 minutes now. Bringing it out. You can see it's bubbling on the bottom. It's nice and hot. So it looks marvelous. I'll turn my oven off. And you can see our cheese is melted. It looks really yummy. So I'm going to set this here for a minute or two. We'll leave it there. I'm going to get our plates ready. We're going to plate it up. We're going to pour our wine. We'll be right back. Okay, now we're ready to dish up. Ooh, look at the melted cheese. It's wonderful. Except it's coming off my plate. Anyway, you're dishing up. Make sure you get a good amount of cheese on all of these. Heaven's sakes, stringy cheese. And spoon up a little sauce. We've got our Italian bread. And we'll grab a fork. And you're all set with a glass of wine. Bon appetit, and thank you for watching our video. If you liked the recipe, give it a try, hit subscribe, and follow us. We'll be doing 1 or 2 recipes a week, and that's tonight's easy cooking. Thanks for watching.